Om Gananam Tva Ganapatim Bhavamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravasamam Yashtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanasvatana Srunvanmukitibhisidhadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namah Om Krishabham Chashranam Vishwarupamadabyam Brihaspatatim Varenyam Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Tada Pasyanti Suraya Dirivakshuratatam Om Shlim Dhim Jyotirbrahmaya Namah Om Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Om Parasaraya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om Ghani Surya Aditya Om Welcome back after a while. Do you have any charts you want to see?
I want to see my chart again. Sure. Any possibility of this place where it works.
The place where you joined recently being prolonged.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really for 3 months, but
yeah.
I'm not sure. It's
okay.
just only 5 weeks now.
Yeah.
Since I joined.
Okay.
And after that I have one chart to see. It's not today, another day.
We'll see. We'll see both.
We'll see this.
We'll just see the specific things.
No. We'll see this.
Yeah.
But there is one chart that we saw twice before.
Yeah.
In 2007 and 2009.
Yeah.
That we said she will get married in 2009,
Not
then we said 2011.
Yeah.
And she's still waiting.
Okay.
So, there is no hurry. You can do that today, anytime.
Okay.
Do we have this download the new link which you sent out, like the test link?
Yeah.
Is it everybody should download it or just only testing?
You don't. No. It is safe to have. There is no regressions in it.
Okay.
So the thing is, the only thing it changes is the Ashtavarga, but not the basic Ashtavarga has always been fine. The Shodhita Ashtavarga, the reduced Ashtavarga, where you basically see the triangle and signs owned by the same planet, remove some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically some abstract mathematical processing that is done on the Ashtavarga, based on which you get the so-called Shodhita Ashtavarga.
Okay.
And then based on them you have the Kojipindas. We don't really use them. There are some various methods based on those, but we never really went into them. So they are practically used. This particular trick is practically useless to anybody. So you don't need to hurry to get it. It's only for people who really want to do research into Shodhita Ashtavargas and Kojipindas. Okay, so your data I have here is 1953, August 31, 4:20 a.m. Indian Standard Time, 5 hours 30 minutes east of GMT. The place is Visakhapatnam, India, 83 degrees 18 minutes east, 17 degrees 42 minutes north.
Yeah, that's the one last time.
Yeah, we'll just use this. So
53, right? 1953. Yeah.
Yeah, 1953. So we'll use the Rashi chart and the Dashamsha chart, and let's see, we'll just use the Jagannatha Hora, basically the Paksha with the fixed plane. So what is going on here? So the Dasha running is Shani Dasha. And this break has been a long break, right?
Right.
Since when?
Since April 2011.
April 2011.
Yeah. It's hardly
Break
April
in-
12th.
Hmm?
April 12th.
April 12th. 12th April 2011. Got a contract job when?
October 16th.
October 16th. Okay, 2012. Okay.
We predicted last time that the end of the year of this year,
Yeah.
sometime
Yeah.
in this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be the reason I have the contract job.
Okay.
Just want to see whether I'll continue.
There is a chance of continuing this. Okay. So, just first let's see the Rashi chart. As per the Rashi chart, the Dasha running is Nishatri Dasha, Shani Dasha. Saturn Dasha is running since 2005. And Saturn Ketu gave a break in the career. Right? Saturn Ketu gave a break in the career. In Shani Dasha, Ketu under Dasha gave a break.
Mercury, right?
End of Mercury. End of Mercury, but the thing is, most of the cases under Dasha, you are out of work.
Yeah.
Right? So it came towards the end of Mercury, but it's basically the Ketu period, which was the period of unemployment. And then soon after Venus started, you found a job again. Right? Not soon, but a couple of months after Venus started, you found a job. And we want to see, is this Venus period a little better period or not? Now, if we see the Rashi chart itself, in the Rashi chart, the 10th house of work is, 10th house of career is Aries. Right? Correct. And from Aries, from the 10th house of work Aries, Ketu is the 8th lord. Ketu is the 8th lord. So, there is a possibility of some problems or setbacks relating to work in the Ketu period. And as far as Venus is concerned, from the 10th house of work, he is the 7th lord and he is conjoining the Lagna lord. So, Lagna lord and 7th lord conjunction is a good yoga, except that they are not really friends. They are Mars and Venus are not friends. So this is probably a better period than Ketu period. But let's quickly go to the Dashamsha. If you go to Dashamsha and still use the same Vimshatri Dasha, we can do Dashamsha Vimshatri later. Using the same Vimshatri Dasha, the Lagna in Dashamsha is Kanya, Virgo. Right? So, as far as Virgo, the Saturn Dasha is concerned, how is Saturn Dasha? Is a really bad Dasha or a really good Dasha or an average Dasha? Saturn is a neutral planet. He is the 5th and 6th lord. So, he is a neutral planet. And he is exalted in the 2nd house of resources. And he is with the Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord, 6th Lord together is a good yoga, but Lagna Lord, 6th Lord together is a good yoga. So overall, Saturn is a neutral planet. But we don't really see a big fall in career or big setback in career or career basically ending. That we don't really see. So my feeling is, and this is a long dasha, this is for another 12 years. And this has been going on only for 7 years. So overall, from a long-term perspective, these 19 years don't seem to me like the period when the career will end. Now, but the thing is, the Antardasha was that of Ketu. And how is Ketu? Ketu is, first of all, from the Lagna, he is the 3rd lord. And what does 3rd show?
Temporary
Breaks, vacations, etc. So Ketu is the 3rd lord of break, and he is in the 10th house of work. So 3rd lord in the 10th house can give breaks in the work. And taking the 10th as Lagna, Ketu is a Dusthana lord expecting Lagna. Taking the 10th house as Lagna, 10th house itself has Lagna, Gemini has Lagna, Gemini itself has Lagna, to see how the work will be. Then Ketu is the 6th lord in Lagna. So Dusthana lord expecting Lagna is not a good combination, right? 6th lord in Lagna shows obstructions and obstacles, fighting obstacles. So from the 10th house point of view also, Ketu shows some struggle, etc.
So Ketu is in Gemini in your case?
Yeah.
Why is it here in this case?
Could be the mean versus true notes.
Where is he? I have also in
Hora?
No, it must be the mean versus true notes. I'm using true notes, I think. Yeah, I'm using the true notes, you are using mean notes. I'm suspecting. Or Ainamsha is different. If you are using Jagannatha Ainamsha, the only possibility is you are using the true notes. And then RTCP, enter. Preferences related to calculation.
Yeah. Select Ainamsha.
No, not Ainamsha. Planet calculation option. Ainamsha you already confirmed that is Jagannatha, right?
Yes.
So planet calculation option. There the last combo box, probably I'm guessing it takes mean notes in the case.
Is it what all PCV?
Yeah, then Ketu will be in the
True positions, mean notes.
Yeah, if you select true notes, you will get the same thing
What
again.
is it, mean notes? What is it, mean notes and true notes?
Two different options.
I know.
Basically, notes are the points where the plane in which moon goes around Earth and the plane in which Earth goes around Sun. These two planes, they intersect, right? The points of intersection are Rahu and Ketu.
Correct.
Those are the nodes. So if you just take at any given point of time, you basically see what is the current plane. You know where Earth is, you know where moon is, and where moon's vector is right now. So you know Earth point and the vector. Combining the point and the vector, a line, you can basically make the plane. So you have a plane right now in which moon is going around Sun. Earth. Similarly, you know Earth's vector around Sun right now. You can find the vector, not only the position but the vector, because you need to know is going like this or like this. So you have the vector, and then you have Sun's position, Sun's center. So that point and this line, there will be only one plane that contains them, right? So you find that plane. So you find the points of intersection of that plane, those two planes. So those are basically Rahu and Ketu. Now, the mean thing, what it does is, this is the true definition, true nodes. Mean, what it does is, if you take these true nodes, they are overall retrograde in the long term, but temporarily they may be shaking, they may be going forward and backward a little bit. So, because Shastras say that Rahu and Ketu are retrograde, but the thing is, do they actually say that they are retrograde every second or they are overall retrograde? That's not 100% clear actually. So in order to make them retrograde all the time, you have the other definition called mean nodes. What you do is, you don't take the true points basically. You average them out over time, and then you take those average points. Those are the mean nodes.
You say average over time, what time period is that? It is
over all the time basically. So if you in other words, instead of, see for example, if you take the solar year, right? Sun goes around Earth, taking Earth as center. Now, he goes by, if you measure the time in terms of the angle Sun has gone by, the longitude, Sun's longitude has moved by 1 degree motion of Sun, typically happens in a day. So the thing is, sometimes it may happen in 1.1 day, sometimes it may happen in 0.9 day, etc. Right? So when you use, for example, Vimshatri Dasha, we use the solar years. There, our definition is the time exactly in which Sun moves by 360 degrees. But the thing is, if you do that, one particular year may be slightly longer than another year. So if you just take the average period, if you basically take 1 year it is 365.24257 days, another year it is 365.24249 days, you basically find the average of it. Then it's basically always 365.2425 whatever. So you take that is what people normally do, right? That is mean solar year. Similarly, in lot of calculations, you have the concept of doing the true calculation as well as the mean calculation. And the only motivation for mean nodes is basically, the reason they are used in the tradition is, they are always retrograde. But I'm not 100% sure if that is really a requirement.
So that's just a research option.
This is a research, yeah. You could basically pick whatever you want. Jagannatha Hora gives you the options, but my preference at this time is true nodes.
And because with that other one,
and moreover, nodes are the ones who cause eclipses. And when you look at the eclipses are actually caused by these points, the intersection points. When those points line up with Sun and Moon and Earth, then basically you have the eclipse going on. So it is the true nodes which help you find the eclipses, not really the mean nodes.
No, because those are so important, right?
Yeah, it makes a difference here actually. Sometimes up to a degree, of the order of a degree, makes a difference in Rahu's longitude, Rahu-Ketu longitude.
And what is the default option when you say default to?
I think default is mean because that is what
Default is
mean. Default is mean,
Okay.
but if you do others recommended calculation option, then it will give you true. Okay. So
if it is now Ketu is in
Ketu is in the third house, 10th house. So basically, from the career point of view, see, had he been in the 12th, 6th Lord in 12th is not a bad placement, but now 6th Lord in Lagna is not really a good placement. So for the career, he is a bad planet, he gives struggle in career. And for the person himself, for Lagna, he gives a break from work, because he is the third Lord, right? So he gives break from work and he gives struggles to find work. Now, but the thing is, anyway, that is now history. Ketu is over. It was over at the end of June, or if there is some small error, sometime in July time frame it finished. So, Venus gave job. How is Venus?
Venus is not in mind.
Venus is in the 9th house, 9th Lord in the 9th house. So he's a very good planet. He's the 2nd Lord, 9th Lord, in the 9th house. He's a dispositor of Saturn and Neptune. So he's a very good planet. And why did he give a contract job? Well, there has to be some link with the third house. Third house is a house of not only break but also contract work.
He's aspecting third house, right?
He's aspecting third house. So being the planet who is aspecting third house, he can give contract work. But the thing is this...
But he is in 12th from 10th. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Now from the 10th house as, taking the 10th house as Lagna, is the 5th and 12th Lord in the 12th house. That is a good placement. 12th Lord in 12th usually is a good combination. If 12th Lord is in some other house, like in Lagna or something, then it has given losses. So 12th Lord in 12th basically makes you relax, removes your worries. So 6th Lord in 6th, 8th Lord in 8th, 12th Lord in 12th are good combination. So that is good. And does he show, he found a contract right now, but the thing is overall, does this period, is it likely in this period that he will find a contract, he will work for a small time and then he will not have work for again a few years? Because this is till 2015 middle. So it is basically another 3 years almost, or more than 2.5 years. Does he have any link with the 8th house basically of big obstacle, big struggle, or 6th house or even third house of break? See, long break will be 8th house. So 3rd, 8th and 6th is the house of obstacles. He doesn't really have any such negative connotations. He is the 9th Lord in the 9th house. Right? So, and above all, he is the dispositor of a Rajoga and he is in one house. So, it is, I will not be surprised. My feeling is that this Venus period, whatever opportunity you have found, see, the thing is, we are talking about Vimshatri Dasha here. We can't really be very specific. One possibility may be that this will end, but soon, maybe another 6 months, he will find something. But the thing is, my feeling is probably this will become permanent, or this will be extended. But what I can predict from a long-term point of view is this dasha of slightly more than 3 years. This antardasha of Venus of more than 3 years is likely to be a much better period in career than the last 1.5 years. So this should give continued employment or almost continuous employment. So there is a good possibility that this will be renewed. Now let's quickly look at the Vimshatri Dasha of the Dashamsha.
Actually, if we go by
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just looking at the altitude, all divisions, longitude and basically. So,
What are you looking at? The altitude?
no, sorry, and like all divisions longitudes.
All division longitudes, yeah.
It is an 18th hour actually. So,
Which one?
Venus is in 8th house, and 9th house. Is in 18th hour, yeah.
Yeah, he is in 18th Taurus, but the Lagna is 25 degree Virgo.
Okay.
So he is still in the 9th house.
Okay.
Right.
I was thinking maybe he's in 8th or 9th. I was
Yeah. It's a good idea to check actually. And he is in the 9th house.
We will continue to Except from the Lagna longitude, right?
Yeah.
Or not from 0.
Not from 0. Lagna longitude plus minus 60 degrees is one house.
Okay. Correct.
Okay.
So we are looking at no, we are going.
Now let's quickly jump to the Tithi Pravesh chart to get a, because overall what we concluded from this is these 3 years are actually a pretty good period in the career. Things will be better than they have been in the last 2 years. But the thing is, he is specifically interested in this particular job. So the thing is, it is based on Vimshati Dasha, it is still possible that this will end, and then maybe another 3 months or even 4 months he will find another one. That is, from the Vimshati Dasha point of view, that's not really a big deal. He is out of job for 4 months, but finds a good job again. So let's quickly look at the Tithi Pravesh chart for 2012. Okay, so if you find the Tithi Pravesh chart, what is going on in the Tithi Pravesh chart? When did you find the job? October 16. Okay.
Rahu.
Yeah.
The 5th Lord in
5th Lord
and Babit the 10th Lord.
In the Dashamsha?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Dashamsha Lagna is Libra, right? Sun and Saturn are in the Lagna, and Rahu is the 5th Lord in the 12th house, and he is with the 10th Lord Moon. So, and if you just take the Rashi chart, in the Rashi chart, Lagna is Libra, and exalted Saturn is in Lagna. Okay? And who's the ruler of the year?
Mercury.
Ruler of the year is Mercury, and he is the 9th Lord in the 10th house. Ruler of the year is Mercury, he is the 9th Lord in the 10th house, with the 11th Lord. So, overall, that shows actually, without going into the Dashamsha, etc., just looking at the Rashi and the ruler of the year, this should be a good year for career, basically, some fortune in career, it shows, right? And what else? And how is the Lagna from the natal Lagna? What is the natal Lagna? Natal Lagna is Cancer, right?
Yeah.
And the Lagna here is in Libra. So it is the 4th house. So that is good. It is in a Kendra from the natal Lagna. And the
Which one you are talking about? No, we were looking at natal Lagna, which is Cancer.
natal Lagna and the Tithi Pravesh Lagna.
Okay.
If they have like the Sthana placement with respect to one another, then that year can show some setbacks. So they are quadrants. And secondly, Lagna contains an exalted planet, Saturn, and Yoga Karaka, and the ruler of the year is well placed in the 10th house, and overall 10th house itself is strong. And the 10th Lord is also reasonably well placed in a quadrant, in a friendly house. Okay, so overall things look good. And if you look at the Dasha was that of Rahu, and Rahu is the 5th Lord in the 2nd house, so that can be good for career.
Okay.
Now, if you specifically look at the Dashamsha, Rahu is giving a Raj Yoga, basically 5th Lord and 10th Lord together. Now, if you see the...
But they are in 12th house, so that could give some long travel and...
12th house can give a displacement, basically finding a job with a displacement, or finding a job where some compromise is needed.
Because he has to travel a bit now to get there.
I see.
What will be the key?
But the key is, when is this contract getting over? You said 3 months, right?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
But they haven't given me any, in the paper it doesn't say that 3 months.
Okay.
It's a contract job.
Yeah.
Basically, they hired to do the proposal for there's a proposal I'm writing up. And that's what they hired for.
Yeah.
Proposal will end in middle of January.
Okay.
But I don't know, they'll keep me till January or end of December, I don't know.
If the work is done, they can send it earlier also. There's nothing. They are not obligated.
Obligated, yeah. That's what the contract job.
Of course, forget about contract job. Even in permanent job, nobody is obligated to keep anybody even 1 hour more than what they need nowadays. Things are different. So, Okay.
So they say
So-
the 3 months,
But the bottom line is he is in Venus Dasha now. So Venus Dasha is still,
right? In few days.
yeah, he is in few days, and this is till February 11th. So if the contract were to be terminated in January, that would be in this period.
Okay.
So let us see, does Venus Dasha show prolonging the career, or does it show some kind of termination? How is Venus? In both. In the Dashamsha, in the Rashi, see, he is the 8th Lord in the Lagna Lord also. Lagna Lord and 8th Lord, and he is in the 9th house. Right?
Not bad.
It's not bad, he is okay. But in the Dashamsha specifically, he is, which house he is in?
11th.
Is he in the 11th or actually is he in
He is Lagna Lord
10th?
there also.
He is in 11th, yes. If you look at the longitude, he is in the 11th house. So Lagna Lord and 8th Lord in the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of gain. So even though he is also the 8th Lord of ending, he is also the Lagna Lord of start. So the thing is, and moreover Lagna is stronger than the 8th house. So Lagna Lord in the 11th house is unlikely to give a break or a setback. And as a matter of fact, being in the 11th house of fulfillment of desires and gains, etc., he can actually give some good news and some financial gains. Or basically, there is the possibility of being prolonged, being extended. The contract being extended is much more than the contract being terminated during this period. So there is a chance. And how is the next period? Sun. Sun period. Now, how is Sun?
He is 11th Lord in Lagna now.
11th Lord in Lagna but in debility. So, it is also good, but the thing is, because he is in debility, because he is with Shani, and he is in Lagna, there can be some tension, some political maneuvers happening at the workplace. So my feeling is, things will be okay till February also, and then things may be extended, but during the second half of February and March, basically February 11 to March 4, there may be some politics, heavy politics at the workplace, so be careful and steer clear of any controversy, and then Moon Dasha will come.
That is because you are saying that because Sun is debilitated.
And with Shani. Sun is debilitated and with Shani. Usually Sun Shani, Sun Rahu combinations, Sun Saturn, Sun Rahu combinations show some political problem. Sun, a weak Sun or a fixed Sun can show either some politics at the workplace in the Shamsa or some problem with the boss.
Weak Sun.
Yeah, weak Sun. One of the two is possible. So, the good news is Sun and Saturn are not too close. If you look at the longitude in the Shamsa, they are actually not close. They have like more than 16 degrees of separation. So probably it will be okay, but still Sun debilitated in Lagna can give some tension. So be a little careful, don't play any politics and maintain a good equation with your boss during this time. Actually, this is not the time to fight with your boss. That's the bottom line. Of course, it may be never a good idea to fight with your boss, but there will be periods where
You can
being a little assertive will be helpful. But there are periods where you have to watch out your tone and your language. Then Moon period will come. And Moon, he is the 10th Lord, but he is in the 12th house. 10th Lord in the 12th, is it good or bad? It's not really it's not a good comment.
He is with Rahu.
That's true, he is affected by Rahu. See, with Rahu earlier, the thing is, 6th Lord in the 12th house, that is actually not, that is better than 10th Lord in the 12th house. And secondly, taking the 10th house of work as Lagna, Rahu would have been 8th Lord in the 3rd house, which is actually a good placement. For 8th Lord, being in the 3rd is a good placement. It kind of ends the 3rd house, ends the break. So 8th Lord in the 3rd is good. But Lagna Lord in 3rd, that shows taking a break. Do you understand what I am saying? Moreover, out of Moon and Rahu there, the one afflicted and who is in a bad mood is Moon. Rahu is happy that he got a chance to beat up Moon. Whereas Moon is not so happy being beaten up by Rahu there. So, I am a little concerned about the Moon period. So, I don't think it will end in January or even in December. But in Moon period there is a chance of some break or some setback, or at least if not a break, some mental tension, some anxiety. So be careful during the March-April time frame. But overall, looking at the Dashamsha, looking at the Rashi chart and looking at this Sthiti Pravesh chart, this seems like overall a good year for career than the previous few years. So the bottom line is our expectation is that it will continue, but there can be some tension a few months later in the March-April time frame. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Now we want to see a couple of other years too.
Okay. That's good enough.
Couple of years, basically, further we'll go back to Vimshottari. We don't just leave that Vimshottari. Based on Vimshottari, Venus Santadasha is likely to be a good Antardasha.
2015.
It is still mid-2015. So,
Correct.
even if there is a gap, it won't be like a year and a half or 2 years kind of gap. It is likely to be a couple of months and then he may find another contract job. But the thing is, the possibility of doing well with contracts is better in this period because Venus is in the 9th house and aspect in the 3rd house. But overall, this will be a period when he will not be out of work for too long. He will keep finding work.
What is the best deity to propitiate during this time?
Well, I don't know how to say during this time, but in general, if you look at the Dashamsha, right? Well, one second. If you look at the Dashamsha, Saturn and Mercury are giving a Rajyoga in the 2nd house of wealth, 2nd house of money. Saturn and Mercury are in the 2nd house, right? And Mercury is the 10th lord and also Lagna lord. So given these two factors, basically I will say Vishwasnama.
That's what we did the last time. So
Yeah, Vishwasnama is a great idea. Any other questions, comments, observations? So we'll take your chart. Other chart. Huh? You don't have data? Okay. That's okay, then we'll see something else.
Can you turn it on?
You can come, but it's not in this.
Oh, I see.
Can you recommend that?
I'll just restart the recording. So I press. So give me the date. October
28, 1981,
1981,
10:45
10:45, AM or PM?
AM.
AM?
We didn't got it. I think it's 24 hours AM.
Okay, then AM, yeah.
Nasaraopet.
Female,
Nassaraopet.
Narsaraopet,
Opet, one more day.
yeah.
India.
Narsaraopet. Yeah, it's spelled as Narsaraopet. Narasaraopet. Narsaraopet. Yeah. So the longitude is 80 degrees 4 minutes east. Latitude is 16 degrees 15 minutes north. And the time zone is of course IST 5 hours 30 minutes east of GMT. Narsaraopet, India. Okay.
Sagittarius.
How should I say it? Sagittarius Lagna and Moon in Libra at around 15 degrees. 15-30.
So it's October 28th,
Yeah.
1981.
Kalyani and Seshu.
How should I say? Kalyani Seshu's example. Seshu's marriage example. Marriage question. Do you have any notes from the chart from before? We'll just, if this is the rectified time, we'll just use it, but do you have any notes from the previous times? 2 minutes earlier, Navam Lagna will change, and that is important for wedding. No date, no chart date, chart data.
So last time when you predicted what was last time? In 2011 we looked at it. We looked at in 2007. Then in 2009.
I think we looked at 2009.
2009, 7 we looked at, then 9 also we looked at second time.
I have the 9, I don't have 11.
2009 we looked at, we said in 2011 we will get married.
No, this is 2012, okay. So this lady is not married, and how old is she? 31 years.
31.
Okay, she is 31 years, which is a little late for in some parts of India, so very normal here. So
next month her younger sister is getting married.
her younger sister is getting married next month, okay. So they are a little concerned, actually probably a little more than a little concerned about her wedding, okay. So what is the possibility of getting married in near future? and are there any remedies? So that's basically what we want to see. So
Oh, sorry, I have
You have
2007 we have a lot of data.
okay.
We looked at 2007, then in 2009. Both.
Any interesting data?
Oh, I think the data is that if you look at it, he sent us email it. The whole, how he analyzed it, that's all.
Oh, okay, fine. Bottom line is, in any case, the main question is in the Navamsha. So even if you have data from career or studies or something.
She has an award on 10th.
She has what?
Award. An award.
Yeah. Award.
10th class, 1996 to 97.
1996, 97. 10th class.
Yeah. She has the All UK award,
Okay. Some academic distinction
Right.
basically. Okay.
September 2005, she got first job.
2005.
Right.
First job. Okay.
HR, human resources.
HR. Okay.
Surgery on the face.
Yeah.
Education is a BSc computers and MBA.
BSc computer science.
And also she has an
MBA. Okay. Okay. So what is the dasha running right now? Just using the standard Vimshottari dasha of Rasi chart. What is the Vimshottari dasha? Shani dasha is running, right?
Yeah.
So Shani Mahadasha is running, and Shani is in the Navamsha chart. He is the 7th, 6th and 7th lord.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
6th and 7th lord. So Shani is the 6th and 7th lord. So is a benefic or a malefic? 6 is a malefic house, and what about 7? For malefics it is neutral, for benefics it is a bad house. So overall he is slightly malefic. So Saturn is a slightly malefic planet, but the thing is, for the Karaka house, Karaka Sthana, 7th house is the Lord. So being the 7th Lord, he can give marriage. The only problematic thing is he is in the 12th house of losses, compromise, etc. But even worse is actually more than that, he is affected by Mars and Rahu. So Saturn is
the planet in 12th, especially for marriage, it will still give marriage.
Can give marriage, yes. So Saturn is, but the thing is, Saturn is affected by Mars and Rahu. So, and also the other thing is,
so Mars is the 9th lord.
yes. But Mars is actually, he is debilitated. But Mars is actually away from Saturn. Saturn is close to Rahu. And then also,
but Mars is
Sun.
Yoga also, right? Mars is Yoga also, right?
Yes, Mars is Yoga. Mars is the 9th lord and he is also Yoga. So Mars Saturn wouldn't have been that bad. But the thing is, Mars and Rahu combination weakens Mars. When Mars is debilitated and also he is afflicted by Rahu, it weakens Rahu. It weakens Mars. So such a Mars is afflicting Saturn.
But will Rahu as a 7th lord still give trouble in the area of marriage? Because as a 7th lord is...
Right, that's a good point. Mars is actually the 7th lord. Rahu is the 7th co-lord. So Rahu's being together with Saturn is not, if Mars wasn't there, only Saturn and Rahu were there, that wouldn't have been a big problem. But the problem now is Saturn is hemmed between Mars and Rahu. Mars on one side and Rahu on the other side. So there is a Mars-Rahu combination. So that is a problem. The consideration is Mars and Rahu or even Mars and Saturn are not too close. They are quite far away. So it's not that bad.
And there is a parivartana
between Moon and Saturn Rahu. Yeah, there is a parivartana. Now the other thing is, it's not just Saturn Mars Rahu combination there. There is also Sun aspecting them.
Yes.
right?
Lagna
Lagna Lord. So Lagna Lord and the 7th Lord are having Samsaptaka, except that it is on the 6th and 12th axis. So Lagna Lord in the 6th and in an inimical sign, aspected by the dispositor, is not really that favorable. So even compared to 7th Lord Saturn in moon sign, Cancer, Lagna Lord Sun is in the 6th house with Ketu. He is eclipsed by Ketu. See, for moon and sun, affliction by nose is not really good. So Lagna Lord is in a Dusthana, he is not well placed, he is an inimical sign, and his enemy is actually aspecting him, and moreover he is eclipsed by Ketu. So in my opinion, if you look at the weaknesses of the chart, more than the Saturn-Mars Rahu combination in the 12th house, the main weakness is the weakness of the Lagna Lord. And if Lagna Lord is very weak in a chart, the rest of the things may or may not flower. So my feeling is this Lagna Lord's weakness is the main problem in this chart. And secondly, what is the distance between Sun and Ketu? It is actually 13 degrees. So there is some distance. So that is good. So this is an overcomable problem. And secondly, you take the Venus Lagna also for marriage. Of course, you can take Sun, Moon, or Lagna.
You are seeing the distance in Navamsa, right?
Yeah. If you take the distance in Navamsa, Sun is at 10 degree, Rahu, Ketu is at 23 degree.
Right.
So it's not that bad. Okay, so it's an overcomable problem. Had they been very close, had been a very close eclipse, then that would have been very difficult. Now, the other factor is, if you take the Venus Lagna, see, Lagna, Moon and Sun can be taken as Lagna. But the thing is, the Karaka Lagna, basically, the main Karaka taken as Lagna is even more important. For example, Sun for father, Moon for mother, etc. So if you do that, Venus is the Karaka for marriage. And he is exalted in the 8th house, taking him as Lagna. How is Lagna and 7th? How are they? See, there is a Parivartana between Lagna Lord and 8th Lord. Lagna Lord Jupiter is in 8th house, 8th Lord Venus is in Lagna. So there is an exchange between Lagna Lord and 8th Lord. Moreover, Lagna Lord is again in a Dusthana, just like from the normal Lagna, even from the Shukra Lagna, Venus as a ascendant, the Lagna Lord is in the 8th house in an inimical sign. And how is the 7th Lord here? He is in the 6th house. So 7th Lord is again in a Dusthana, 7th Lord is in the 6th house. So overall there are some restrictions. But if you ask me, more than Jupiter, Venus Parivartana, or from Venus, 7th Lord being in the 6th house, more than all these things, my feeling is that Sun is the weakest. The Lagna Lord Sun's weakness is the main problem in this chart. So,
The one causing delays.
That may be the one that is actually blocking the whole thing, blocking the marriage at all. So from that point of view, the remedy I will suggest is for Sun. What can be the remedy for Sun?
Do Aditya Hridayam.
Yeah, do Aditya Hridayam. Do Aditya Hridayam 3 times.
Do you suggest any gems? Do you suggest gems?
I'm not really sure. I want to. Let's see.
What happens if you strengthen by ruby?
Because he is weak, not a great idea. I mean, the standard conventional theory is that it will help. But the thing is, I'm not 100% sure. So, it's better to just pray. Chant Aditya Hridayam 3 times every day as a habit. That may be a very good idea. And then even in the Rashi chart, right? Even from the Rashi chart point of view, Sun is the 9th Lord. He is debilitated, but he is the 9th Lord of Dharma. So, and he is with the Lagna Lord Jupiter. So, worshipping Sun may be helpful for advancing her Dharma as per the Rashi chart and for getting married as per the Navamsa chart. So, and it is good even in the Dashamsa. If you look at Dashamsa, he is the 5th Lord in the 10th house. It can be good for career. So, Sun is a key planet in many ways in this chart. So, I will recommend chanting the Aditya Hridayam 3 times every day.
What is the likely time frame?
Yeah, we will see that. So, if you look at the standard Vimshotri Dasha, just plain Rashi based Vimshotri Dasha, are there any other conditional Dashas applicable? Actually, there are. I thought there may be. Let's go by Rashi chart Chaturashiti Samadasha instead of Vimshotri, because 10th Lord is exalted in the 10th house, Mercury, right? So use the Chaturasi Samadasha from the moon of Rashi chart. So the Dasha running is Mercury. Can Mercury give marriage? Well, in the Rashi chart he is the 7th lord in own house. In the Navamsa chart he is in Lagna. And he is also the 7th lord from Venus. So he can give some marriage with propitiation, because though he is in Lagna, he is a malefic. Though he is the 7th lord from Venus, he is in the 6th house. So he is not really a straightforward planet. So he can give some problems, but also he can give marriage with some propitiation. And the Antardasha running is
Jupiter.
The Antardasha running is Jupiter. Can Jupiter give marriage? Well, in the Rashi chart he is the Lagna lord, right? In the Rashi chart is Lagna lord aspecting 7th house. So any benefic, he is not really a benefic, he is a neutral planet, but slightly benefic. Any benefic aspecting 7th can give marriage. So technically Jupiter can give marriage. Secondly, from Dasha Lord Mercury, Jupiter is 7th Lord in the 2nd house of family. So he can give marriage. And then in the Navamsa chart, if you take if you see where Jupiter is, he is the 5th and 8th Lord. Is he a benefic or malefic? He is benefic. 8th is a neutral house, not malefic. And 5th is benefic. So overall Jupiter is a benefic for Leo Lagna. Okay? And he is aspecting the 7th house. So and he is the dispositor of Venus. So dispositor of Venus, a benefic aspecting the 7th house. So benefic aspecting the 7th house can give marriage. And from the Dasha Lord Mercury, he is a Kamatrikona and he is aspecting the 7th house. So Mercury Jupiter is capable of giving marriage. So basically the next year and a half there is a chance of marriage based on the Dasha. But the problem is, because there are afflictions in the chart, it is a very good idea to do some propitiation. Okay. So I'm not sure what we suggested last time as propitiation, but I really recommend Aditya Hridayam.
And now that Jupiter is also in inimical sign, so
Jupiter is in an inimical sign in the Navamsa.
Navamsa is also in Rashi.
Yes, he is, but I suggest don't worry about it. Just worship sun, that should take care of it. And then, if you look at the transits, right now Jupiter is transiting in, I will just look at the major transits, Saturn and Jupiter. See, Saturn is in the 7th house. Saturn is in the Rashi, Janma Rashi. So she is running 7.5 years of Saturn. So Saturn transit is not good, and Rahu will also come on natal moon. So next couple of years are not really going to be a pleasant period. It will be a period of lot of anxieties and tension. So she should basically get into habit of doing some prayer every day as a habit, like Aditya Hridayam. So, and in addition to Aditya Hridayam, it is not a bad idea, because Saturn and Rahu will be hammering the Janma Rashi. Not a bad idea to do some Chandi Kavatam, Turka Saptashloki or something for Turka. It's a very good idea in the next 2 years. Okay.
But then we suggested marriage can happen in the next 1.5 years.
Yes, we did. But maybe that will... See, marriage doesn't mean all your problems are over and you will be happy. They live happily ever after. That can be the beginning of your troubles.
No.
I think it's that's why ends 13 July.
Yeah.
13 July.
Yeah. So after that, yeah, exactly. Now, but the thing is, Jupiter right now, Jupiter is in the 8th house, but he will move to the 9th house. So 9th house transit of Jupiter is likely to be a good transit. Moreover, from Lagna, that will be the 7th house. So Jupiter will be transiting the 7th house from Lagna. Right? Jupiter will be transiting the 7th house from Lagna. And in the Navamsa, as per Navamsa, natal Navamsa, Jupiter will be aspecting the 7th house. He will be in the 11th house from the Navamsa Lagna, natal Navamsa Lagna. He will be in the 11th house and aspecting the 7th house. So Jupiter's transit in Gemini has potential. So it's a good idea to just spend as much time as she can worshipping sun with the sankalpa of getting married as soon as possible. Then after Jupiter moves sign, sometime in next May or so, there is a strong possibility. Then one more thing I want to check is, I want to see the transits. the stationary transit. Are there any interesting stationary transits for her? First, let's look at the stationary transit of Jupiter. You know how to do it, right? Mundane tab, and the top portion where you have all these buttons, there will be a stationary transit mode button in the middle, at the bottom middle column at the bottom, stationary transit mode. So click Jupiter after and then click the stationary transit mode button. I mean, first select today's date. Make a chart for today's date. You can open another Jehora. Make a chart for today's date.
Make another Jehora.
Open another Jehora so that you don't lose the chart. And then you will have a chart for today's date, right? Go to Mundane tab. In the middle column at the bottom, there will be stationary transit mode button. So select Jupiter and after today's date, basically, after this current date in the chart. So if you click that, it shows January 30, 2013, right? On that day, Jupiter will be stationary at 12:17 Taurus. 12:17 Taurus. And let's quickly go to the...
That is the time when it's going to retrograde?
Yeah, that is the time when he stops being retrograde and he will start going direct. And the theory is, see, in the last several years, I have experimented with various techniques, but this is one technique. Even though it won't let you see every event, if you see that there is a planet, especially slow moving planet like Jupiter or Saturn, who becomes stationary, and they aspect some natal point very closely, either Rasi or divisional chart, any house cusp or any planet, they aspect very closely, then some key event related to that point or that planet will happen during that time. So we can see some important events in life like this. So this is one thing that seems to be pretty consistent. So, but the thing is, there may or may not be anything in January, but we will quickly check. 12-17 Taurus. Are there any interesting natal points that are affected? From 12-17 Taurus, if you see the Navamsa, Jupiter is aspecting Sun. Right? Jupiter is aspecting the Sun of the Navamsa. Sun is at 10 CP. So within 2 degrees, basically if it is like within 3 degrees or something, then it is, or maybe 4 degrees, then it is considered to be close. If it is 8-9 degrees, forget it, no point. But here it is actually 12-17 and 10-4, so 2 degrees basically. So Lagna Lord of the Navamsa chart is being aspected by Jupiter by very closely. So there is a possibility of marriage during that time. Then see what comes after. On November 6, 2030. What?
Around January 30th.
Yeah, January. Yeah, plus minus a few weeks. So for example, February 2030. The next Jupiter stationary transit will be at 26 degree Gemini. 26 Gemini. Okay? When he is 26 Gemini, does he aspect anything interesting?
How do we do that?
Just press button again, stationary transit mode again. It will find the after the current day. So it's
November 6, 2013.
2013 at 26 degree Gemini, right? 26 and a half Gemini.
You have to go to basics and see.
No, just Jupiter's transit. Get a longitude window.
This longitude.
Yeah, and then see Jupiter's longitude, 26 and a half degree Gemini. And are there any natal Navamsa positions he aspects from it? Not really. There is nothing really interesting. Okay? From 26 Gemini, he doesn't aspect anything interesting. So even though we originally said Jupiter's transit in the Gemini will be interesting than Taurus, it seems like when he is in Taurus, his aspect on Sun becomes very close during the stationary transit. So actually this February seems like a better period. And then let's go to Saturn, because Saturn is...
Gemini, you can see in Navamsa also same transit time, like 26 degree Gemini.
Yeah, 26 degree Gemini is the physical longitude of Jupiter. See, in the Navamsa, is there any planet? For example,
Venus is aspected.
How much? How closely? No, Venus is not aspected. Venus is in Pisces, right? From 26 Gemini, how can Venus be aspected? Venus is at 9 degree Pisces. So from 26 Gemini, Jupiter will aspect 26 Sagittarius, 26 Aquarius, 26 Libra, right? He has to either conjoin or aspect very closely somebody. So there is nothing interesting. Let's go to Saturn, because Saturn is the 7th lord in the natal chart. So his chances will be interesting. So go back to the natal chart, basically get today's date again, click on the N button so that we get the today's time. select Saturn instead of Jupiter and click the Saturn stationary transit mode. So February 18, he will become stationary. Where? 17.5 Libra. Okay? 17.5 Libra, he will become stationary.
Did you see that 17 and...
Saturn right side longitude window.
In the longitude window, you see Saturn's longitude.
Okay, yeah.
So February 18 you are getting, right, as the stationary transit. So that day Saturn's longitude is 17.5 Libra.
Yeah.
So 17.5 Libra, is there anything interesting actually being aspected? Yes. From 17.5 Libra, forget about Rashi chart. See, in Rashi also there is, Lagna is being aspected, Moon is actually very close. But the thing is, go to Navamsha. In the Navamsha, is there any longitude closely aspected by Saturn at 17.5 degree Libra? What?
Where is the... Oh, this is a Kalyani. This is her natal chart.
In the natal chart, we want to see when Saturn is transiting 17.5 Libra, are there any natal Navamsha positions or Rashi positions that are closely aspected or conjoined by him? Okay? So, if you see natal longitude, see 17.5 Libra, that means you have to look at 17.5 Libra, 17.5 Aries, 17.5 Sagittarius, 17.5 Cancer. Right?
1720 Cancer.
1720 Cancer, there is Saturn himself. And he is the 7th Lord of the natal chart. So, natal 7th Lord, Saturn, and also the current Vimshati Dasha Lord, is being aspected very closely, like within half degree, within like quarter degree, by transit Saturn, who becomes really stationary. So Saturn is looking at himself very, very closely. So actually that is far more interesting than Jupiter aspecting the Lagna Lord Sun. That was a minor point. This is actually a major point. When some good planet in the Navamsha is stationary and aspecting the 7th Lord of Navamsha, there is a very strong chance of getting married. So February 18 is the date. So plus minus 2-3 weeks basically. So in the January-February time frame, there is actually a very strong chance. So the thing is, it's a good idea if she can chant Aditya Hridayam like a mad person, right? Not just 3 times, as many times as she can. Have a budget of a couple of hours, just do Aditya Hridayam every day with the sankalpa of getting married. There is if the basic weakness in the natal chart can be overcome, the transits and the dashas are actually quite conducive. So good luck to her.
Thank you. They don't do any homa for this kind of thing.
You can, but the thing is,
there is no homa for
well, you can do homam for Sun with Aditya Hridayam. And also Saturn is another key planet, Saturn. So, and Saturn is with Mars and Rahu in the Navamsha. So, that can show,
the Kali homa.
yeah, that can show Chandi, Kali, etc. So you can do simple either Chandi homam or just Om, Aim, Him, Him, Chamundaya, Vichya, Swaha, just with the Navarna mantra. With that you can do. Only thing is, because you are talking about Upadaya avatars, people may be a little concerned. So they may or may not be ready for that. So the other option is, for Saturn, Mars and Rahu combination, maybe Hanuman. So
Saturn, Rahu and
Mars. Especially Saturn and Mars combination can show Hanuman. Mars shows Hanuman and Saturn also can show Hanuman. Mars basically shows a warrior. And Saturn with Mars shows a unsure warrior.
matters they do. For marital matters, like Hanuman is the right deity to homa.
For marital matters, some people may say he himself is Brahmachari. How can he give marriage? But the thing is, he basically got Rama and Sita together when they were separated. So,
I think I missed the point here that I see that Saturn is in the Navamsha 17 Cancer 20. Right?
right.
So the 15 degrees we saw in the
Saturn
the transit.
No, not 15. 17 and 28. If you see,
okay, right.
17, 28
Yeah,
Libra.
right.
Yeah.
So what was here?
The point is, from 17 Libra 28, Saturn has a 10th aspect on 17 Cancer 28.
Oh, 10th aspect.
10th aspect, right? Saturn has 10th aspect, 7th, 3rd and 10th. So that's extremely close. That is like within 18 arc minutes from the natal Saturn. So there is he's triggering. Basically, stationary transit is what happens. See, planets as that transit, they are conjoining some positions, they are aspecting some positions, they trigger them. But the thing is, they are in a hurry, they are moving. But when they are slow, when they are like moving and then become slow and then starting to turn around, They basically,
More
it's like,
focused.
they're focused, they're calm, relaxed, they can really focus. They're analogous to people who have done a nice meditation and whose mind really calmed down so much that there are no thoughts really swirling in the mind. And then at that mind, if suppose a yogi meditated for a while and his mind is really calm, and then he opened his eyes and he looked at you. His energy is focused on you. So it may trigger something for you, like that.
That's why even the previous scripts also they said they will sit before Maharishi doing Tapasya.
Just don't disturb them.
Yeah.
You should open eyes naturally, not because you disturb them. Anyway, so a planet whose stationary becomes even more powerful. And in the case of planets like Mercury, Venus, Mars, etc., it's not so important because they become stationary so many times. But with Saturn and Jupiter, of course, they also become stationary maybe once every year or couple of times every year. But the thing is, this is a rare event, and moreover, they will cover a particular natal point only rarely. It may so happen that, for example, if you take your 12th lord D20 longitude, let's say, or 7th lord D9 longitude, or 5th lord D7 longitude, important longitudes, if you take them, neither Jupiter nor Saturn may ever aspect them in stationary transit within 2 degrees. This is not guaranteed to happen. So this is something rare to happen. So if you see something interesting like this, there's a good chance that something will happen. So all the best to her.
Thank you.
And if there is interest in homam, a homam to Hanuman is a possibility. A homam to just Shani homam can be done. Just a Shani homam with the Shani mantra. There are several possibilities. Shani mantras, stotras, etc. in the Shani homam manual on my website. So with one of those mantras, easy mantras, she can pick whatever is convenient to her and she can do a Shani homam. She can also do a Surya homam with the Aditya Hridayam. But the thing is, if she is not really interested in homam, because the thing is we are talking about a few months of time, by the time she is comfortable with the fire and managing of the fire, the period is going to be over. So
that possibly won't happen because for them to get used to it and then try to do it.
So in that case, just chant it as many times as you can, and chant it maybe hour, 2 hours, depending on the time you have. Chant it as many times.
Chanting Aditya Hridayam or chanting Chandi mantra itself.
I'll really suggest Aditya Hridayam, and she can supplement it with the Navana mantra if she wants. But because Navamsa is the area of problem and Sun is the main weakness in the chart, so Aditya Hridayam is very important. And he is also the 9th lord in the natal Rasi chart, showing Dharma, and marriage is of course for Dharma. So from those 2 points of view, Sun is key as far as I am concerned, more than Saturn.
And I remember I suggested her to fast on Saturdays long back.
Yeah. That's a good idea because UL is in Saturn and she can fast on Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday I suggested her long back.
Good. That's a good idea. Any other comments or any other observations? One more thing we can see actually, Charakarkas. So who is Dharkarka, who is Atmakarka? Dharkarka is Jupiter and Atmakarka is Venus. That's another problem. So we can't really do anything about it, but see, in the Navamsha, if Atmakarka and Dharakarka are not really well placed, they are in Shadastakas or Dvadvasha, it's not good basically. Because Atma is your soul and Dharakarka is basically partner. So if you see the Rashi chart, from Atmakarka Venus, Dharakarka Jupiter is in?
Dharakarka Jupiter, yeah.
12th house.
And actually he is not really in the 12th house. If you look at the longitude, he is in the 11th house. So it's not bad. But go to the Navamsha. And in the Navamsha, he is in the 8th house. And that is actually even taking the longitudes into consideration, that holds true. So in the Navamsha, in the chart of marriage, the Atmakarka and Dharakarka are in Shashtakas. That is not good basically. That shows the soul rejecting marriage, rejecting partner, not really needing a partner. So basically, that can also, even if there are no other weaknesses, that itself can stop somebody from getting married. But the thing is, we can't really do anything much about it, so forget about it. What it means is, even after marriage, there may be some distance between at the spiritual level, the soul level, between the husband and the person. But there's no point in telling that to the person or There is no remedy that can be done for that. So ignore that. That doesn't really matter. The key thing is, more than the weakness of 7th Lord Saturn in the Navamsa, the weakness and affliction of the Lagna Lord Sun is the key detrimental factor in my opinion. That is the one that is blocking her. That is why I suggest Aditya for that. So, okay. Any other comments, observations, suggestions?
Why that surgery on the face?
Surgery on the face? Okay. Let's see. Do you know when it happened?
Yeah, it's major. It's a big noticeable scar here.
Scar on the face. Do you know when that happened?
I have no clue.
Don't know. Okay. Well, let's see. How do you see?
Surgery on face means face is in the 2nd house.
Yeah.
So it must be.
First of all, let's see 2nd house, specific house, let's see later. But the thing is,
Overall,
if there is a scar on the face, it's basically the overall appearance of the person has some undesirable feature. So there has to be some weakness in the appearance. So for that, appearance is Lagna. Right? So there should be some weakness in the Lagna.
But she is very good looking though.
Okay, that's fine.
Very good looking.
But there is some problem. There is something that is marred. So see the Lagna. If Lagna is well placed and
So why I said that is, it is, if Lagna is in a manner,
yeah.
then from day one the person may not be well looking and things like that.
Yeah.
So this is something that happened with a transit of something or
possible, but the thing is there has to be, for a transit to cause some problem, some surgery being needed on the face,
it has
on
to
the
be in the
person,
Rasi as well.
there has to be some affliction of the Lagna Lord. So that's what I'm saying we should see. Lagna contains Mandi and Gurika. See, Lagna Lord is in 11th house, in a sign owned by Venus, with 2 friends. So basically Lagna Lord is strong. And Lagna is also not really afflicted by anybody. There are no aspects on Lagna. So overall Lagna is strong. So the person, like you said the person is overall pretty. And that may indeed be the case. But the thing is, are there any afflictions?
It is also in Venus house.
In Venus house. Lagna Lord is in Venus house. But are there any afflictions to Lagna Lord? Are there any afflictions? See, Lagna contains Mandi and Gulika. Lagna contains Mandi and Gulika, and Lagna Lord is with the 8th Lord. See, if the 6th Lord or 8th Lord have an association with Lagna Lord, it can show some surgery or something affecting the health or affecting the appearance. So Lagna Lord Jupiter is with the 8th Lord Moon, so that can show some need of surgery. But the thing is, and this may have happened in Jupiter Dasha or something, or Moon Dasha or something. But the thing is, they are friends and they have a distance. So it's not a major health problem or it's not a major surgery. And now specifically the problem, the scar is on the face. So for that you see, head is the Lagna, 2nd house is the face, 3rd house is throat, etc. So if you see the 2nd house, it contains Ketu, the 12th Lord. So 12th Lord Ketu is in 2nd house. So some scar or some bad mark on the face is a possibility.
We see that first and second from the Lagna or taking the natural zodiac and take.
No. From the Lagna.
Why natural zodiac?
No, because we have this rule, right? The
Okay.
6th Lord placement and 8th Lord placement.
And then take that.
For 6th Lord and 8th Lord, for the 8th Lord we take from, which one do we take from natural zodiac, which from Lagna, do you remember?
I know we used to do that, but I don't know.
So for the 8th Lord, we see which which sign he is in.
Okay.
So for example, here the 8th Lord Moon is in Libra.
Right.
So that can show some problem in the kidneys or
Oh,
the womb, etc. And uterus, kidneys, etc. There can be some problem there. When that has triggered, there is a possibility. And then the 6th Lord, you see the house occupied from Lagna. So 6th Lord is who? Venus. And which house is he in? He is in 12th house. So it can show some problem in relating to feet, etc. So these are basically any serious problems requiring serious health problems coming.
Requiring treatment.
They are requiring serious treatment. They can come in those areas. Okay, any other Any other observation? Okay. In that case, we will end. Apart from this horoscope, are there any other questions regarding anything? Any other questions or anything you wanted to ask me, but it could not because we didn't meet for a while now?
So the latest version is 762, right?
762 is 763, I thought.
363.
763 is the latest version. And 763 has a lot of changes compared to 762, a lot of improvements. So you should have 760, 7.63. And recently I had a test version when somebody reported a problem in Ashtavarga. I uploaded a test version which was mentioned only on the Jyohara Yahoo group, not on all other Yahoo groups. And that you can download if you want, but that most people shouldn't care. It is applicable only if you do research in Sodhyapindas and the Sodhita Ashtakavargas. The standard Ashtakavargas also are fine. Only Sodhita Ashtakavargas and Sodhyapindas. For them you need that update. So most people don't need it. But make sure you have 7.63.
And in your next version, can you put a check mark on the selected?
I'll look into it. But the thing is, right now I have too many things going on. I have a lot of work to be done in the next couple of years. So, relating to really rearranging all the home manuals and sorting out everything. So that work is there. And as far as software is concerned, I'm now separating the GUI from the core calculations so that it can be ported to various platforms. I still have to decide whether the GUI will be done using Java or something like WX widgets, which is close to MFC, so it will be easier to port current code, which is apparently portable on various platforms, which basically can be compiled for various platforms that are right natively on each platform like Android or iOS, Apple iOS. I want to do it on Mac OS, Linux, Windows, iOS, Android, too many operating systems. And now we have the Windows 4.
Surface RT,
Yeah, too many operating systems, and unfortunately, it's not really easy to port if your software involves GUI. If it's just calculations, then it's easy. If you just want a command line tool, you just enter Jhora-D 1970-M this dash, like that basically. You enter big command line and you get all the calculations in text format is easy to port. But GUI,
you have a GUI as well. Structure it for you.
Yeah, I have to structure it now so that it is more portable. So that work is important. And also apart from this, I'm struggling with the INOMS. So too many things on the plate. So things that are kind of not really urgent, they will probably wait for a year or two.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments, observations?
Do you have any manual for this, for example, like
that's your student homework.
no,
Manual for the software or?
Software, for example, how to, like, what is Murtibhaga options, what it means.
Yeah. I'm not planning to do anything.
Explore any of them actually.
Yeah.
Even the 7 years from here.
Yeah.
I don't think it as Ramakrishna student homework.
Yeah, you can do homework. See, I suggested this on Jehora when somebody said,
I know.
is there a manual that gives so-and-so thing? I said, there is, whatever help I put together was using old WinHelp framework, and what I suggest is I can give you whatever I have. Basically some RTF files using which it generates the HLP file. So there is a help project, HPJ file, and then a lot of RTF files. So if somebody can take those RTF files and then rearrange them as Word or PDF, whatever format you want, or OpenOffice, and then update them, and then maybe create some PDFs or whatever, or update it for the newer Windows, but probably PDF or something will be better because on any platform people can access it. If somebody wants to do it, they are welcome to do it. When I suggested it, somebody on Jehora said he wanted to do. Actually, but I don't think one person can do it because I don't think one person can do it. What? RTF is actually that's very primitive format. What I suggest is change the whole thing to some Word or something, and then have a nice Word file. And then eventually
we will distribute and see what you can do.
And I don't think one person can do it. What I suggest is
compilation will do.
If a few people can pitch in and do some work, because the thing is, even though I could do it, this can be done by other people, and I can be giving inputs.
We will do it for before next.
Don't go there.
No, because then there is a date.
You don't have to put date basically.
If you don't put a date, it could be 2 years.
That's okay. Things have been taken to
No,
you.
because when I see that myself, what is this? When I experiment it and I improve my... No, but though we spend so many years here, but for me at least, maybe everybody is, but for me, I am not fully conversant with all the features that are there.
Right. We only know what we normally use.
Selected things.
Yeah, right. And there is so much.
So I was going to aim at taking this as an opportunity to know most of it.
Familiarize yourself with other features. Yeah, it's a good idea. So you are welcome to
at least
definitions.
we come to know that
Take initiative. Yeah.
You can send us the RTF, then we will distribute and we will take care of it.
Okay, I'll send it to you guys and that person who signed up on Jehora, and then you guys, one of you can basically take initiative and lead and designate the work. And what I'm basically thinking of is something along those RTF lines, but in a more because if you use Word, it will allow you a more professional, like nice pictures, have screenshots, and don't use like screenshots because they have constant colors, a fixed number of colors. Use the GIF format instead of the JPEG. If you use JPEG, what it does is it takes macro blocks and then does the transform, cosine transform or whatever. So that will be lossy.
What happens to GIF?
GIF, what it does is, GIF is a good format to use if you have fixed colors. Whereas if you have something textural, like for example if you have this wall or something, right, there is a texture. Then the thing is if you do some transform, you are doing some special transform to see what are the frequencies, what are the different frequencies in the particular macro block, vertically and horizontally. Then this is what we use, for example, in MPEG, in all these video coding. And that is the same idea that was used in JPEG also. So you use, it is good for when there is special complexity and then some texture. The thing is, Jehora, all the screenshots, they are fixed colors. So all these pixels are in this color, all these pixels are in this color, all these pixels are in this color, like that. So when there are a finite set of colors that are used and there are no color gradients, etc., JPEG is a terrible format. It will result in loss. It will take more bits and it will result in loss.
How about PNG?
PNG is okay, but the best is GIF. I suggest using GIF for all your screenshots. So use get some nice screenshots that show what is going on, and then explain basically, define in clear terms. Okay. So good luck. So with that I will end. Om Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Yavat Bhumandale Sanatan Dharmo Vadhatu Visheshata Bhartakhande. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.